Hi, I'm Amberly. Welcome back to Real Florida Magazine. Today is your opportunity to find out more about our local area.
Welcome back. Another in our series of episodes here at Washington Homes Technical Center, talking about the certification programs, the licensure courses, the opportunities to get a secondary lifestyle through a better job. If you've been downsized, if you're a high school student looking for a little bit of direction, check out the Student Center here. There are over 25 certification courses, many of which you can qualify for Pell Grant funding, in some cases having 100% financing of your education. Here right now with Jerry Harrell. Jerry heads up the auto body course here. Jerry, what is the actual course name?
It's the Automotive Collision Repair and Refinishing course. Back 2 years ago, the Department of Education had broke it down to Refinishing Program 1 and then Refinishing Program 2. So the students are enrolled the first time under a 750-hour course. After that, they are dropped and re-enrolled in Refinishing 2, which is a 650-hour course. Over the last few years, I started here in 1980. I'm a former graduate of this program. Had a tremendous instructor, Mr. Omar Fuller. Very thankful to have a teacher like that cared and was very knowledgeable. So we've actually carried on the program the way he would intend it to be, and very proud and very humble to be here and thankful. I've seen the program change over the several years. We started out with 1,860 hours. They had cut it back to 1,400 hours, but they didn't cut anything else out. So we have to double up and really be very particular on scheduling. How we work things here is around September, we come up with the whatever students we've got, and then we plan that whole year for them. We'll have certain jobs to be brought in. Customers come in, we'll assign the student to the job there, and they'll take it and go start to the finish on it. We've seen the things that we're doing this year to implement next year. We're actually renovating the program now. We've got the walls painted. The classroom is next. A lot of changes we're going to be doing is we're taking a lot of the outside type work away, and we're going to start having central workstations. The only way we feel like that we can accomplish a better product out there for the paint body community is to start breaking down in the programs. We're going to have the plastic welding area. We're going to have the sheet metal repair. We're going to have the fiberglass repair. Well, in the background here, you'll still have the frame repair. We have a tremendous program going. In the last 34 years, I don't think I have failed to meet failed not to meet the standards of COE or SACS evaluation. In the last 34 years, if we average, we're probably average about a placement of about 82-85%, which is great. Last year, I think we hit good 80 to 100% in certain different areas there, which was tremendous because of the employment in our area. A lot of the students that come through here, we let them know the jobs are not around here. Pensacola, Tallahassee, Dothan, Alabama, Panama City is a great place to start. They make higher wages, and it's a great area for them to grow up in and to raise a family and grow from there.
Okay, now that we're warmed up, you ready for me to turn the camera on?
Yes, sir.
You
do this for a living, don't you? I don't.
Interestingly,
yes,
many of the program instructors, as you point out in your own case,
yes,
are products of their own
yes,
program.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty strong. So we're not just turning out people to go out there and weld or to cook or to do paint and body and collision work, but we're turning out people who then give back to that community by becoming instructors, thereby reinforcing and making that whole process over and over again. Mm-hmm. Have you got people that you've seen in the past that tell you that they would like to go into the instructional part of this work?
Yes, sir. In fact, I've got one presently teaching at the Holmes Correctional Institute in Paint Body, Mr. Buddy Shoemaker, excellent teacher. Mr. Castleberry, he had taught in Mariana for a while. He's passed away now. So we've had a few to go in. A lot of them we have seen in the last 4 or 5 years is self-employment. They'll call me and say, hey, teacher, I got my shop running. My mama gave me a 3-car garage, or I'm renting from a renter, and she had 3 garage spaces, and she let me rent it for $50 a month to work. So when we start out here, we try to say, hey, look, you might not get a job, but we're going to teach you enough so that you actually can start your own business from scratch and work up to it. And it's worked out real good, and we're so proud of every one of our students. This year's been adversity. We've had that flu bug hit, half the class stayed out 2 weeks, and they come back, the other half stayed out for 2 weeks, and we just had, adversity, and all the kids this year just rose up and to the challenge. And as you know, we just finished the Dream Project and rode off in the sunset there yesterday. That was cute, them riding together, like Roy Roger and Dale Evans.
Yeah, that was pretty heartwarming. How many students typically can you accommodate?
16.
Okay.
16 students safely, and we have room for 16 in the classroom, 16 computers in there. It's all self-paced. As they start, they get into the classroom, we have got every individual lesson plans. We got them all broken down. Once they finish a book, they'll go through the book and he'll say, see your instructor for your outside lab work. Then I assign them lab work. So it's a self-paced. They can run, walk, crawl, ever how to actually finish the line. That's the goal of everybody. Nobody finishes unless we all finish.
Now, do you enjoy open enrollment in this program?
Yes, sir. It's not a challenge to me. That's my job. You got to throw something at us. Well, if it catches us off guard, just take a deep breath, go with it, because that's what we should be. That's what education's all about, is accommodating us for the student. If it wasn't for students, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah, amen to that. Washington Homes Technical Center seems to be one of the best kept secrets in the Panhandle. Many people live right here in Chipley, drive right by that WHTC sign every day. Now the electronic sign, beautiful sign on Highway 90, and don't know what you do here. Yeah. See the campus, don't realize that you've got the corrections officers courses along with the public safety, the firefighters course, the culinary program, printing course, now the new internet technology and cybersecurity. You are offering all of the cutting-edge, newest technologies, as well as those that are fundamentally necessary every single day, such as your course. In the automotive engine type work, obviously a lot of computerization.
Yes, sir.
What have you seen over the last 30 years that has made this process different, or are you pretty much doing the same things you did 30 years ago within your trade?
No, sir. We've actually got into a lot of electronics now. 1/3 of our program is made up of automotive technology next door.
Okay.
So we have to teach, the basic brakes, drivetrains, basic removal of engines, and so forth as that. So they tied us directly in. More like they're getting. They want us to turn out a person that can work at an independent shop, whether you got a corporation shop, they only work on that particular type vehicles that they sell. But you get an independent, they got to do everything. They got to do basic mechanic work. They got to do electrical work, paint, body work, and all. So the field is
maybe
really
a little bit of welding.
Welding also, we have a lot of welding here. In fact, we have spent about $30,000 on our welding booth to bring it not just only up to date, but really better than industry. The advisory board comes in and said, you got equipment here that I've never heard of. I said, well, that's what we believe in at Washington Homes Technical Center is, we don't follow, we just like to set the standards, let everybody follow us.
In speaking to Eddie Beckworth in the welding program, he said right now he has the machinery, the equipment, and the room to accommodate more students. He just doesn't have enough current, enough power coming into the building. Yeah. Could you expand if you had to, or are you running at a good level at what you're doing right now?
I'd like to expand a little bit. Our numbers are down this year, and this is the smallest class I've had in 34 years, but they rose to the occasion. We're out in the community talking to other students and potential students to come and enroll, and I've actually had the opportunity to talk to one at church and say, hey, look, we got a radio. He was talking about needing a radio and television. He'd like to learn how to run some equipment. I said, hey, we just started that program. You ought to come in. So he came in, I think, on a Wednesday and talked with Mr. Thompson, and so Mr. Thompson, yeah, he came by. But yeah, we're ready to expanding and grow some. Mr. Beckworth, he's got a lot of stuff down there. He actually needs his own building, but he can wait after all the body gets through.
Well, and that's part of our effort, is
Yes,
to
sir.
let the world know about what you're offering here, how easy it is to get involved, whether you're a high school student with dual enrollment,
Yes,
and whether you're an adult who's been downsized, a good way of saying that they lost their job and needs remedial education, learn a new trade. What an opportunity to come here to the Student Center, find out, wow, I can learn all of these things under one roof. Do you have some adults coming in wanting to learn this trade just for their own personal satisfaction?
Yes, sir, they do. Usually we'll get about 25% of ours will be adults. Used to be about 50% to about 75%, but because of, the unemployment and all being up and all, they're looking for jobs and trying to take jobs, and they can't come to school during the daytime when they work at the day. So we're trying to come up with ideas how we can get those students to enroll and get the adults back. Years ago, we used to have plenty, when they had CETA and they had all these other financial programs, and in fact, the students were getting more money coming to school than the teachers were teaching it. Those glory days are over. New challenges, but we're here at the Tech Center. We're able to rise above that and reach out, and I believe starting next year we're going to see a great large enrollment in our school, because we're a great school.
Jerry, everybody's got challenges and opportunities. What would you consider your single biggest challenge within this program that you teach?
The greatest challenge that I've seen this year is trying to meet the demand of what Department of Education wants us to do. Our advisory board said, I don't know how you're going to be able to reach that, but I believe by breaking the program down like we're doing now and individualizing it, that challenge of really trying to have the student to complete 100%, not 90% of the program. But when you have open enrollment, my job is the day that student walks in to start looking for him a job. Sometimes we'll find a job for the student that's not completed, but he's ready for that particular job, and we don't hold on to him, because if you hold on to a student and there's a job available, that job may not be there when I complete him and turn out a better product.
Absolutely.
So, and I believe all the staff is that way. We find somebody that's looking for a good student, we'll send that student to them. I mean, it hurts us in our enrollment, but it helps the student, and that's what this school is all about, helping the student.
It's not about educating, it's about educating so they can find that job.
Yes, sir.
And
yes, sir.
What do you find the most rewarding part of your 30-something years doing this? What is that thing that you get up in the morning, that's the thing that flashes through your mind that makes everything worthwhile?
It's thinking what an impact I've had and am having on the students that come. I'm so thankful that a student will come to my class and let me be part of their life, and then we take that life and we shape it. We put some of us in that particular student. What a regret! And they leave, get a job. What a great reward! I mean, that's a blessing beyond any kind of words can explain it. To see that walk out and go, wow, man, look what I did. I helped that student accomplish more than his dream, that now he can live with the rest of his life. He'll have something to do and know how to do it and do it right.
Do you have some high school dual enrollment within your program?
Yes, sir. We have right now 2 in the morning that's dual enrolled, and we have 3 in the afternoon that's dually enrolled. Dual enrolled is a little bit of complication because of the time, because most of the time when they get here, they get dressed out, ready to go, they get their lessons ready to go, then they start on their tasks. It's almost time for them to knock off. So you'll hear me a lot of times, hurry up ladies, let's go, we got to tighten up, you on time. And so we just keep motivating them and get the most out of their hour. Some are here 3 hours, some are here 2 hours, some are here an hour and a half. So as teachers over here, that we've really got to stay on top of each student to make sure that they can get the best possible education with a short amount of time they hear, so they're not coming over here wasting their time.
One of the things that we reflect on in talking to other instructors about dual enrollment is that high school student can actually get something of a trade, or at least a knowledge enough of a trade, so that when they go on to college, they can get a part-time job doing something that pays better than McDonald's. Nothing wrong with flipping burgers, nothing wrong with McDonald's or working at a fast food store, but if they're able to work as an electrician's helper, as an auto body helper, as a welding helper, they're actually going to make more money. And even if they're working toward becoming an MD, they can actually get a better job part-time.
Well, we talk to parents like that about that situation, is that they can come and get a training and they can go to college. Nowadays, you know, when we went to college, you had to go. You had to go there. You had to go to Pensacola. You had to go to Panama, Tallahassee, wherever. And nowadays, it's called the internet. They can log on, do all the courses right there at home, so they can get a job. When they leave here, they can get a job. It doesn't matter what they're doing. Just get a job and pay for their education. That's great. And I explained to them, I said, guys, when I started here, I had to go back to college, and I taught 5 days a week, 2 nights a week, and went to college. And I said, and helped raise 3 kids, so I know what it is about having hard work, and there's no reason for you not to continue education in college. It's just a lot of hard work. Just suck it up and go.
Jerry, thanks for taking the time to carve out from your busy schedule, obviously, to talk to us today. Kind of caught you by surprise this morning, but it's very important to us, certainly I know it is to you, to let the world know exactly what you do here and the opportunities here at Washington Holmes Technical Center.
Well, we're very thankful to have you. And how long have you been here?
Where?
Right here at the Technical Center.
To this morning?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
This morning, about 2 hours.
And you ain't enrolled yet?
You never know.
Yes, sir.
If this TV
we got something for you, I guarantee you.
If this TV show in our magazine doesn't work out, I may just have to be talking to you.
Hey, we'll be thankful to have you. We sure will.
Here right now with Jerry Harrell in the Collision, Auto Body, and Paint, and I know I'm butchering that title, program here at Washington Holmes Technical Center. Just another great example of how you, as someone who wants to better themselves, get a better job, a high school student looking for a career, can come here and enjoy all that Washington Holmes Technical Center has to offer. Go to the Student Center or go to their website, whtc.us. Find out about all of the over 25 certification programs now available right here at Washington Holmes. You're watching Real Florida Magazine, and we will be right back.